By the way, bloaty's not a word. There's bloating and bloated, but no bloaty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Folks, the great bloat is upon us. The GAC gods have deemed it acceptable to put whatever relic levels we want without having to worry about matchup GP, which I think is a really cool thing. I don't know how it's going to end up screwing us. I'm sure that there's going to be some issues here and there. However, this is a really exciting element to what we can do for roster construction because we don't have to worry about certain characters just screwing us in matchups. We just have to win matches, and however we win matches, it's going to help to have extra relic levels. However, we do have a finite amount of resources. We can't just go out and relic 7 every character, or at least if we want to not spend all of our money. I'm curious. I probably don't own enough money actually to get every character on my roster relic 7. That could be false, but it's probably not far from false. I'd be curious to know how much that actually cost, and there's probably better uses for our money anyways, like spending it on relics, or just dumping it into, I don't know, kids? My kids eat so much. Alright, let's go, and I'm going to talk about my alt account here today, because my alt is hyper efficient. Here, let's go real quick. Hey, let's go to, whoa, we're in the top. Okay, so my alt has been very efficient relic wise. That just means I put as few relic levels as possible on them. They have a lot of Zetas, but the relic levels I've been efficient on. You guys have seen all my videos about that. I'm sure you guys have been awesome. And before we go much further, guys, just want to remind you, if you want to support the channel for free, all you have to do is hit that thumbs up button or leave a comment in the comment area, or do both. We're trying to mount the algorithm, and I can't do it without you. We've been growing our channel quite a bit, and would really just appreciate it, guys. If you hit that sub button, that would also be great. We're trying to, I would really love to get to 9K subs before December is done, and if we keep it up at the same rate we've been going this last week, we may just get there. Wouldn't that be cool? 9K before we're done with the new year. Or before we're done with the new year, yeah, before the new year starts. You'll have to also excuse me, folks. I've been talking for a long time. We did the 2-hour podcast, and then I did a few different takes of my Ray counter video, and now we're doing this, and I'm both tired and just kind of worn out talking. So that being said, we still have a topic to discuss, which is which characters do we put relics on? Now that we can put relics on whoever we want, who's going to be the priority for us? So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to go through my alts roster, because as you can see, and this is sort of by gear tier. This is the only way to sort it so that you get only relics, but it's not sorted by anything other than the fact that it's gear 13. So you can see my Piet is relic 0, Ahsoka's relic 1, and then I have Arc Trooper, who I got to 5 because he was needed for the cam mission. But like Basti's relic 0, BU2 is relic 1, Dark Basti's relic 0, etc. And so this is actually the perfect account to be able to discuss a lot of these different relic levels, like General Grievous at relic 3. I was doing this to avoid the bad matchups, but now I can't avoid bad matchups by making my roster weaker, so we got to do other things. We're going to go through most of these. Probably some of them I'm just going to be skipping through with a one-word explanation, but I just want to give you guys kind of my reasoning here. So we have Piet. He's going to need relic 8 here pretty soon because of Executor unlock, but before that, relic 0 is great. You want him at relic so that he can be fast enough for your Imperial Trooper team, but he's a support and he's not counted on to do damage. Relic 13 is fine, so Gear 13 is fine, so really just pulling the trigger on his Gear 13 is enough, and then work on his mods before you work on his relics. Snips is one that would be really great to have high relics on, not only because she eventually is a central piece to that Jedi Master Kenobi team, she's also a good pilot, and if she's on any of the teams that she's going to be on, she wants extra health and protection. So this one, she's only relic 1 right now. I think this is a great candidate to get her up to, I mean, that's the thing. I don't have enough resources to get everyone up the way I want to. But I mean, I think that for my account at 5.8, like a baseline of 1, for sure we can apply to relic 1. But then for characters we really want to boost up, I mean, probably get her up to at least 3. I think is probably a good rule of thumb. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Arc Trooper is relic 5. He's fine here. He doesn't need 7 for any good reason. Like, the General Skywalker team does a lot of damage. He does more damage at relic 7, obviously, but he's not like a central part of my plans for the central team. General Skywalker team will always be just kind of on the fringes, but because we have Galactic Legends, General Skywalker sometimes works personally with the Galactic Legends, but he doesn't actually work with, he usually just hangs out on his own and does his thing with his clones, and that's totally fine. But that means that the team just isn't as important. I mean, if we have 6 Galactic Legends eventually, General Skywalker will at best play 7th fiddle, if such a thing exists. Asajj at relic 1, she could probably wait. The team doesn't, it's nice. It is nice to put relics on her because she ramps damage. I really love this play on words that they have, guys. It's called Rampage, but she's ramping up her damage. She's got... So let's see. And if you have her Zeta, any ally or enemy, when they're defeated, she gains turn meter. But she also gains 15% offense, crit chance, and max health stacking. And so she's ramping up her damage. And obviously, she can ramp that damage up considerably better once she has higher relic levels. But, so I think if there's one Night Sister you want to ramp up, well, I think it's Daka, and then maybe Asajj. Asajj could probably fine at 1. Frankly, for now, because of the prominence, like the relative importance of Night Sisters, she can just stay there, because Night Sisters do well, but in a lot of ways it's mechanics that win for Night Sisters, not just straight up DPS. And she can ramp up damage to the point where she does a lot. Anyways, it just takes a little bit longer. Now, B1 is one that I would get all the way up to relic. I mean, on this account, probably at least relic 5 or maybe even 7. My main account just got him to 7 because every single time a Separatist goes, he takes a shot, and every time he goes, he does an AoE and hits the other opponent. And so by the time the entire Separatist team goes, he's gone 5 times. He's hit 5 times, and the more relic levels you have for him, the more damage he does. Now, granted, the health is kind of missing for him, but I do think that getting him up to relic 5 would be really fantastic. And honestly, he's a better predictor of the strength of a General Grievous team. Rather than General Grievous and his relic levels, I would say that B1 is probably the best predictor of how good that General Grievous team is, because people will understand, and people who understand that B1 is the one who does like a huge amount of the damage. He doesn't do gaudy damage, he just does the slow, like, inevitable push of damage. He's the one who really ultimately gets you the win. General Grievous, I mean, he's good too, but a well-modded, relicked B1, very nice to have. B2, on the other hand, you just have to make sure that he has he has less health and protection than Magna Guard, and then just keep him here for now. I mean, Relic 3 is probably fine for him, honestly. Relic 5 even, I mean, the bigger your count gets, the more you want him, but he doesn't do extra damage. It's nice to have him more survivable, but the things that kill him just kill him really fast. I mean, it's nice to have him, higher relics. He's kind of a tank. He can be tank E. You have to just be really careful that your health and protection aren't more than Magna Guard, because then if Grievous does get hurt, he's going to put the mark onto B2. In addition, if you put Watt on defense with them, which, I mean, that doesn't happen too often, but if you did do that, then Watt would actually hand the taunt to B2, which is kind of messed up. Basti at Relic 0, I mean, She should probably just be Relic 1 anyways, just because it doesn't cost anything from the Cantina to get her there. But otherwise, I mean, I think that she's mostly fine. Like, my main account only has her at Relic 3, and then my main account is pushing on somewhere around 9 million, kind of close. So, you know, she's a support. She's not there for her damage. She's there for her ability block on basic, for her speed, for her stun sometimes, for her dispel. Like, she does all these things for her heroic battle meditation, or whatever it's called, legendary battle meditation. All of these things, they don't require relic levels. You can keep her quite low on relic levels for as long as you can. Dark Basti is somewhat similar but different. She has a mechanic that increases her health by a huge amount when she's with Darth Revan. So she wants to be more survivable, and she's going to be gaining a lot of health based off of her relic level. So, this is plus 1,000 or 1,200 health. That's nice, but she's also gaining after the mods and everything, she's also gaining another 70% health after all of that, just because she's with Revan. So getting her up to Relic 3, Relic 5 even, is not a bad idea. You don't really need to take her higher than that, because all of her other stats revolve around facilitating. But that extra health is really nice to help her survive, if you know how to use it. Biggs is a great one to put relics on because he is a pilot for a fleet that you're going to use a lot eventually. The Rebels are really good, and he actually really benefits from a few extra relic levels. You can see I put 6 E mods on him already to make him more survivable, but he's even better with relic levels. Relic levels do more than mods for the most part, and he's a great one for that. Boba is going to need Relic 8 eventually for Executor, and honestly, he is pretty great at that high relic level. He does a lot of damage. He's a good custodian of it. Because of his Execute, he can do an enormous amount of damage. I just got him up to Relic 5 just earlier today, I believe, but he was Relic 0. He was my first bounty hunter relic ever on this account, but Relic 8 is just fine. I would get him, if you have a good bounty hunter team, put more relics on him as you can, but don't break the bank. You're going to need to go for Executor anyways, like I said. So you're going to need him at 8. 8 is not a bad place to be. If you don't have a good bounty hunter team, though, he's probably not going to fit into any other squad super duper well at Relic 8. Like, it's probably not worth that kind of investment. Bosk, you can see, is Relic 0. He can go all the way up to Relic 7 as far as I'm concerned, especially once you get Executor, just because he is a ship to a vital, or he's a pilot to a vital ship in that fleet. You want him to be fast and everything, but in some ways, it's kind of just funny. Like, he increases his protection and everything from the relic levels, but he's also increasing his health, which I guess is not bad for him to have some health, but the protection is really where everything's at. So, yeah, Relic 7 for him, all the way up to the top. I mean, Relic 5 at the very least, if you can. Relic 4 is actually a pretty sweet spot for a lot of different characters if you don't need them for anything specific, especially for a tank like Bosk. I think Relic 4, if you put good mods on him, is probably enough. 3PO, he's at Relic 5 because he was an unlock character. Otherwise, keep him at Relic 0. Captain Han, he's an unlock character. If you don't need him to unlock Jedi Knight Luke for some reason, keep him at Gear 8. Chewie is Relic 6, probably good to get him Relic 7 because the Rebel fleet is good, and he's more survivable. That's what you want from him. You want survivability. If you can, little speed and damage doesn't hurt, but he does percent health damage, and that's the majority of his damage. He just wants to survive. Commander Ahsoka Tano, Relic 1, not good enough. Really need her to get up to Relic 5 at least, I believe. I see people use more, but the thing is, you want her to be survivable more than anything, and Relic 1 just doesn't do it. Commander Luke is one that shares his stats. If you have Chupio on his team, getting them up to Relic 5 is not a bad idea. Relic 6, Relic 7 is also not bad if you have a well-developed Rebel team. Echo is the same thing as Arc Trooper. He's not going to be playing a central role to any of this. And Relic 5 for the chem mission is sufficient as long as you have good enough mods. Keep in mind that if you don't have good enough mods, Relic levels compensate well in the chem mission for stats, because the mods are just trying to give you stats that you are needing from the Relic levels anyways. So I have good enough mods for the chem mission, so therefore I'm going to just leave him at Relic 5. But if you can't finish the chem mission and you don't have good mods, consider getting him up to 7, just like Arc Trooper. 5s is a guy that actually is great at Relic 8, because when he sacrifices himself, he gives all those extra stats to his friends. Not to mention, he makes his ship hit like a damn truck. You want him to have 6E mods if you can as well. Obviously, I'm failing in that department, but as a really good tank, even if he doesn't sacrifice himself, then he's also very tanky. Surprise! 3v3 is really good too. Rex at Relic 3, probably just fine. That's all you really need for that cam mission, and you don't really, you kind of just want him to die anyway so that 5 sacrifices himself. Relic 3 is fine here, because everything he does is based off of people taking turns and him giving people turns, giving speed boost to everyone, and his ship is fine at Relic 3. I mean, that would be the reason to get him higher relics, is because of his ship, because you want his ship to survive a little longer in light side territory battles. Dark Trooper, get him up to Relic 8. Relic 2 is probably good enough, but Dark Trooper is wonderful. If you have a good Troopers team, get him up to higher relics. The higher you can, the better. And honestly, guys, people say, does he really need 8? We can just get him to 7 and just call it good. I mean, he's not a character that's required for anything, so 7's fine. But I've seen people fail at 7 when 8 would have just barely gotten them past it. So I would say go for it, guys. I mean, my Dark Trooper is probably just going to hit Relic 5 and call it good for now for this account. But if you're countering high strength teams, consider more relics on your Dark Trooper. He only benefits from it. Darth Malak absolutely needs to be Relic 5 as a really top-end tank. He benefits dramatically from having all that extra health and protection that he gets from his relics. He absolutely should be, and it's kind of sad that he wasn't already, to be honest. Darth Revan, same thing as Basti. Get him to Relic 3, Relic 5, something like that, because he gained 70% bonus health from Basti's ability that benefits her and him as well. Darth Traya only has 1 hand and 3 lightsabers, but she would really like some relic levels, actually, and her friends. I mean, Relic 5 is nice. Relic 3 is probably the sweet spot, 3 or 4 for her team. I think my main account has done just fine with Relic 3 on all of them, actually, for a while. I think Traya benefits more from having Relic 5 on her, just because, I mean, you can take her you can take her to the Rancor or whatever, but she also does a lot of damage. Now, moving forward, she's going to be on that team with Darth Talon, is her name, and so that might change things anyways. So having her high relics, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Darth Vader probably should be Relic 5 at least, Relic 7 if you can. He's a good pilot, but he also needs the little boost because he got his nerf, his cute little nerf that we're so happy about. And therefore his Culling Blade doesn't do as much, it's a little bit droopy, and nice to have extra damage from that. Dengar needs to be Garrett Relic 5 in order to unlock Executor, and so I'll be doing that. Otherwise, Relic 0 is just great. Gear 12 is actually just great for him, or even less. You don't need him except for Executor, to be honest. Though, I mean, if he's with a Bando team, Relic 0 is probably fine anyways, frankly. Nest, gonna get her up to Relic 5 for sure. 7 is even nicer. She hits like a damn truck if she's higher Relic, and she is more of a pain in the ass because of her health boost from the Relic levels. So Relic 5, Relic 7 on Nest, great. General Grievous, he's a great candidate for Relic 8, to be honest, just because his capital ship will be faster, his summoned Vulture droids will be stronger, and he'll hit harder on ground as well. Relic 3 has done me just fine, honestly. Getting him relic levels is actually kind of a disproportionately small boost for him, just because he gains some health, but not that much. In terms of like matchup GP, it was not really efficient. Now, there's not really a reason not to get him to higher relics. I think that he's one of the guys that I will be getting up to 5 somewhat early. General Kenobi, he makes his ship faster. That's the main thing, but he's also, with a Padme team, he's going to be a lot stronger with more relic levels because he has more health and more armor, which is nice under Padme lead. General Skywalker, Relic 7 is probably the only acceptable answer here. I should have had him at 7 for a while before the Relic stuff, but I've been trying to unlock Jedi Master Kenobi, or Jedi Master Luke, which requires all the Relic mats, and I don't have a good crystal income on this account. So, Relic 5, he should be Relic 7 immediately. Thrawn at Relic 0 is just fine where he's at. Relic 5 is what's needed, I think, to unlock Sith Eternal. So there is that, but I would just say in general, he's been a joy at Relic 0. I haven't noticed any difference between him and my Relic 6 Thrawn on my main account. Grandmaster Yoda, he'll need to be Relic 8 eventually, but probably Relic 5 is fine. He's a damage dealer, so the more damage you can do from relics, that's the crux of it, guys. Damage dealers need more relics because that's where they get the majority of their damage. If they have a good kit, a good mechanics, some good mechanics, then you can kind of ignore that. But Grandmaster Yoda should be Relic 5 or so, I believe. He's very worthwhile to do that. Grief Karga at Relic 0, probably fine. Relic, some relics are fine, but Relic 1 is good enough for this account. You'll slowly want to increase it as you lean more and more on your bounty hunters, but you don't probably need more relic levels for him because he just does cool things with, as long as he's gear 13, he's as fast as he needs to be from gear levels. So then you just mess with mods, make him survivable and fast, and call it a day. His kit doesn't need extra relic levels. Han Solo does need extra relic levels. He's 6 right now for the unlock of Jedi Master Luke, but on his ship, 7 is pretty good. I really want him 8 on my main, but it's just hard to justify. I think 6 is probably a sweet spot. You probably don't need more than that. You probably do want him more these days if you don't have Jedi Master Luke and you only have him relic like 0 or something. He's better. He's one of the best volume attackers in the game, and he's got really good stats. He's going to help, as he says. You guys couldn't see me shrug, but I did. Hermit Yoda, keep him at as low of relics as he can. He doesn't need anything other than his kit. He needed Relic 5 for an unlock, and so we just let him hang out there. Magnagard probably does benefit from a few relic levels. I think he's used for an unlock as well. And in that case, it's not bad. Good in Relic 3, probably call it good, something like that. Jango is going to need Relic 7 eventually anyways, and he's a damage dealer. He super benefits from as high of relic levels as you guys can get. And that's the crux of it, guys. He's an attacker who does a huge amount of damage. The other thing that's nice about his kit about relics is he doesn't have a very high crit chance base. Like, I'm giving him 10% crit chance, and so he's at 50%. He's only at 50% to crit, but every time you increase his relic level, then his crit chance is also going to increase. Look, from 1 relic level, he boosts it by 4%. Super nice, and he really relies on those crits. He does very little damage when he doesn't crit. Jedi Knight Anakin is a great candidate for Relic 7. He's an unlocked character anyways. His ship really benefits not only from a little bit of extra padding to be able to survive a little longer, but it also does extra damage, and it is incredibly fast it's much faster, I should say, once you get him to high relics. He's also going to super benefit from being able to do his AoE, and he really loves relic levels. He also, on a Padme team, really craves both doing damage, so having crit chance and crit damage set and everything on him. But he also, because he has the crit stuff on him, he doesn't have as much health on him as he really should use on a Padme team. And so relic levels really help pad him out a little bit. Help Padme him out a little bit. Jedi Knight Luke, Relic 7, just do Relic 7 on him, guys. Then decide if you want 8. Jedi Revan should probably be around 5. He needs to survive a little bit, wants some extra health and protection, but 3 is probably fine for now. Jedi Master Luke, get him Relic 9, call it good. Jolie Bindo, get him Relic 5, I think is the sweet spot for him. He wants a lot of tenacity and health and crit avoid, and all of that stuff can be gotten without, well, one of those things can be gotten without his relics. Otherwise, he gets crit avoid from his relics, he gets health from his relics, and he really benefits from more of them. Honestly, he's the guy on a Revan team that I would put relics on first. Ki-Adi-Mundi should be Relic 7. He does a huge amount of damage. Relic 5 is probably fine for now, but you want him as much, dealing as much damage as physically possible. He does fine at Relic 1, but let's see, my main account has him at Relic 8 at 11,000 offense. He is missing a huge amount of offense here. He's missing, 4,500 offense from relic levels alone. I mean, that's not half of it, but it kind of seems close. Lots and lots of relic levels on him, guys. OG Kylo Ren, he's going to be Relic 7 eventually to be able to unlock, but, I mean, he's a pilot to a ship that is ambiguously survivable, and otherwise, I mean, yeah, he does a lot of damage. His main functionality, though, folks, is his AoE and giving turn meter. I don't think he needs much more. It's nice to be able to put a few more relics on him just so he can solo team sometimes in GAC when the opportunity arises, but otherwise, not so much. Lando, Relic 5, leave him there. Leave him lower than that if you can, but Relic 5 is sometimes necessary. Mothma 5, once again, she's a unlock character. I don't mind her being gear 13 until then. She's probably fine at gear 13, but she does have a really cool health share mechanic, so that's nice. Old Ben, Relic 5, as an unlock character, probably fine at gear, or Relic 0, to be honest. Or even less than that. I mean, if you're not using... I guess the thing is, he is useful against Supreme Leader Kylo. So I'm going to take that back, guys. Relic 5 is probably the baseline, because Kylo's going to be hitting him, and Relic 0 does not actually cut it. I tried a few times, and in fact, he gets cut, not cut it. That makes sense. Old Daka really wants more relic levels. I will get her up to 5. Probably 5 is the sweet spot for her in general anyways, just because that's where it starts to get expensive to upgrade your relic levels, but you just want as much health as you possibly can get for Daka, and then you just give her her unique Zeta, and she keeps reviving. She becomes a machine. You guys know the drill. Padme is going to be Relic 8 eventually as an unlock, but before that, she should probably be Relic 5, somewhere around there, because she relies on health and armor so much in her kit. Health especially is important. She gets a lot of it from her relics. Princess Leia, leave her. R2-D2, leave him at Relic 7 or Relic 0 for that matter. He's not necessary at relics. Rolo, just let's not even talk about her. Jedi Training Rey, Relic 7. Pretty good. Don't need Relic 8, that's for damn sure. Shock T, Relic 5. Leave her there. She'll need 7 eventually for a different unlock. Sith Marauder, he could probably use, because he's an attacker, he could use a few relic levels. Probably up to 3 or up to 5. Honestly, there's 2 really strong mechanics with him. He wants health and he wants damage, so get him up to Relic 7 preemptively. That's just fine. He does a lot of damage. He's going to be a huge pain. His ship is a huge pain. He is one of the most painful, annoying characters in the game. Mando can probably hang out at Relic 0. He is not that survivable, though, so a couple of Relic levels is probably nice if you're prioritizing your Bounty Hunter team. Chupio can go... Relic 5 is fine. It's nice because, though, he's kind of like B1. He's hitting every time a Rebel character goes, and so having a couple extra Relic levels to boost his damage is kind of nice. He doesn't do that much damage in the first place, though. TIE Fighter Pilot, if you're getting him relics, then you probably want him at Relic 6, something like that, to unlock Executor, but also because it gets evade on his ship every single time you upgrade his relic levels, and that evade starts to become a problem the higher relic levels he gets. Wampa, Relic 3, that's all I really need for doing what I want to do. I don't know, Relic 5 is fine if you really love him, but I'd just leave him there, frankly. Watt at Relic 0, perfect. Just leave him there, unless you have to use him for an unlock. Wedge at Relic 3, just fine. Don't mess with him. Cad Bane is... he's going to have to be relics, and you probably want him to be higher relic than Bando, to be honest, so that your Cad Bane ship, your Xanadu Blood, can go faster than the Razor Crest, and you can mess with your opponent quite a bit. So, high relics on him is probably fine, just because your Executor fleet's going to be be good. The thing to keep in mind, though, is because as long as he's faster than Bando, that's great, but that means that Bando is going to have to keep lower relic levels in exchange. Canderous is Gear 12, and I think that's where we're going to call it, guys. Canderous can get a ton of offense, though, so you can give him relic levels. All right, guys. Wow, it's been half an hour, and my voice is shot. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.